Rick and Morty Season 6, Episode 8 is now available for you guys to go and check out. Now, this episode, we follow the characters of Rick's past who come back to mess with him and to try and fight him. But when he goes to therapy and starts to ignore them, Jerry takes the spotlight. Now, I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this episode. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down there. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe as well. And without further ado, let's get into this review of Episode 8 of Season 6 of Rick and Morty. Okay, so Episode 8 is now out. Look, I missed Episode 7 last week. Obviously, they had that break. They did come back last week, but because Walking Dead was finishing, I watched that and did that video. So I never got around to getting the Episode 7 one done, which I absolutely love. The characters coming to life or out of the books and everything like that, all the metaphor stuff, like that was just absolutely hilarious. I love that episode, absolutely loved it. Now we move into this episode, and this episode is about characters coming from Rick's past to mess with him. Not just any characters, but the different characters that are a different take on particular superheroes. So obviously Nimbus is back. He's obviously the Aquaman sort of take. It was good to see him back, and he has a tiff with Rick at the start there, and Morty's obviously shooting away in his bunker. Absolutely hilarious. Love it. Like, just the stuff with Nimbus is absolutely gold. Absolute fantastic. I wish we got more of Mr. Nimbus at this point, but I love it. I just absolutely love it. I love the reference of, like, he controls the police. Like, it's just so weird. He's such a weird character. But then we also get Cookie Magneto, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. When he showed up, I laughed my ass off. I was like, oh my god, what is going on? And then Rick just gets rid of him, and this other little bean comes up, and I'm love. It's absolutely hilarious. So Rick then goes into therapy because all these people are coming back, and he just doesn't want to fight them because he's just like, it's like a burden for him. And he just devises this plan of like, okay, so she basically challenges Rick and says, hey, show me the data, prove me wrong. And Rick's like, okay, fine, I will. So he's gonna just ignore them all the time, and obviously we get Pissmaster. Like, yes, he literally shoots piss out everywhere. And he's sitting there, and he's outside the house pissing all over the place. And Rick's like, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to do anything. Then he goes, oh, who's the redhead? I'd love to give her a golden shower. Like, absolutely hilarious. And Jerry loses it. That's absolutely freaking hilarious. So he goes out there and absolutely fights him. He absolutely beats him with a flamingo. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, he just absolutely beat this guy. People are like watching it. He becomes real famous. He becomes absolute famous because of what he's doing. And these orb creatures come down with like these special powers. They're like the High Council of the galaxy in a way. And they offer him an orb, and then Rick helps him and creates a suit so he can go off and do justice. And Rick's just like, oh yeah, he's gonna fumble it. And so he blows this planet up that's full of Hitlers, different type of Hitlers. And he goes, oh, well, I hope there was no one else on there. And then it cuts to the news. And no one else was on there. And then to see Rick's face was absolutely hilarious. Absolute hilarious. And then it has a little deep message as well where Rick's like starting to feel like, okay, well, Jerry's getting all this spotlight now. And this is because I didn't do anything. So then he goes and he's like, okay, I'm just going to let it all go. I'm not even going to bore it. I'm tapping out everything. I'm going to let Jerry deal with everything. So he goes out and he's tapped out. But then he goes to Pissmaster's house and he sees that Pissmaster's actually killed himself. And it's pretty dark at this point. I'm kind of sitting there like, okay, now we're tackling some dark themes here of suicide and that. That was absolutely heartbreaking. And then his daughter comes in and starts knocking on the door and that. So Rick's got to put the suit on and that. And then Rick just realizes like, hey, I can't let the daughter know about this. So like Rick's conscience does play a big part in this episode, which is what I like. It humanizes him rather than him just be this arrogant, like centric, egotistical man that just is all unlimited power, that just doesn't care about anything. Like, we actually get a human side to him where he puts on the suit, the Pissman suit, becomes Pissman, and his idea is to bring him back because he sees all the bad stuff that's talked about him and how everyone hates him. So he then tries to bring him back as a hero. Like, everyone loves a comeback story. We know that. Like, everyone loves a comeback story. And the idea is getting him up there. And the ultimate way to get him out of there is to have a hero's death. So I like how it's like a very similar thing to the Batman. in The Dark Knight Rises, where you have the bomb there, and like he comes in and he goes and grabs it, and the idea is to fly off. It explodes. He obviously jumps out of the suit and, you know, sacrificed. Pissman's died as a hero. Now they can rest easy, and the daughter feels like her father has died as a hero, not just like killed himself, which is like a nice thing for him to do. But then Jerry gets in the way because he's been told we need to give Pissman the orb and bring him into the High Council thing to become one of the heroes and that. So he starts to do it, and then he starts to fight him, and people are like taking pictures because Jerry's like, "What the hell are you doing, man? This is like an opportunity." So he's like trying to shoot him and stuff like that, and then he realizes it's Rick. Rick then flies the suit off with the bomb. The bomb blows up, and then the High Council come down, and they realize, hey, what the hell's going on? Rick Sanchez, Pissman, and everything going on. Oh, it's absolutely hilarious. This episode was funny, but had dark message. It had some dark themes in it as well that tackled certain things that I thought were good. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was hilarious. It had good themes. It was just the creativity of the different characters was absolutely hilarious. Their designs were great. I liked this episode a lot. I think so far this season has been one of the strong ones, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going. And I loved where we're gonna go with Rick. Like it's so good. And we still had that other Rick storyline still playing in the background as well that I think is going to come back around in these later episodes, because we only got 2 more to go. I'm pretty sure there's only 10 episodes, so we're in episode 8, so we've got 9 and 10 to go, and I'm looking forward to it. So let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down there, smash that like button for me, and click subscribe. So I'll see you guys next video. Till then, stay safe, peace out.